success yesterday. The one guy that I don't think gets enough credit is Logan, the pitcher.
He pitched a hell of a game, man. He pitched. First of all, it's Mikey and Vinnie. We're live, as we always are, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 o'clock, and we're here.
Or thereabouts.
Well, thereabouts. 10:10, actually. But we're always a minute or two late because they never let us be late for school. So we take advantage of that by being late for our show.
They said we couldn't be late. We had to be on time. And that just broke our spirit.
Well, it made us what we are today. Now, what
that
are we
is
today?
True.
What are we today? I'm not sure.
Whatever it is, we're late.
Yes, we're late. That's the thing is what we are. The thing what we are is late. Yeah.
So there's a lot of late. There's a lot of hockey, a lot of basketball, a lot of baseball, a lot of football, a lot of college football. Everybody's playing. Everybody's getting ready to get going. And in the baseball world, we have a bet riding on the Seattle Mariners and their. Excuse me for yawning. They came through yesterday, and I want to pay special attention to Logan Gilbert. I was impressed. Although I didn't see the game because Fox cut me off. By the way, if anybody in the world has FX2, tell me how you got it, because on DirecTV satellite services where I have 10 million channels, they do not carry FX2.
You don't have FS2?
No, I had FX1. So they cut me off yesterday.
Wow.
They said, well, there's a couple innings and there's a 2-hour rain delay, and now we're going to go show you the Yankee game.
Yeah,
which was a thrilling game, and I understand
I have FS2. Yeah, I have FS2, so I just went on FS2 and got the whole game. Logan Gilbert was spectacular. He was, well, obviously he was what they needed.
Well, all season long, if you know New York Vinnie, he's been saying the Mariners have one thing that is undeniable, and it's the strength of the team, and that is pitching. And that's proven to be true.
Yes, they have pitching, and they have the big dumper.
And he did the big dump.
He did the big dump, and he did it to a guy sitting in the stands who I knew about. I had seen pictures of him before. Had the dump shirt on.
Dump here.
And lo and behold, he hits his home run right to the guy with the dump shirt.
And he's got layered shirts, so if he hit 2 home runs, he could take off 61, and 62 would be underneath it.
Yeah. If he hits 4 home runs, he's in trouble. He's got to borrow a magic marker. But as far as I'm concerned, if that's not divine providence that this team is going somewhere, I don't know what is. I mean, it was just one of those things where you look at it, and it's a thing of beauty.
And they showed up in Canada, and they were very polite. The Mariners were very polite to the Canadians, and they were polite in return for all the good it did them.
Well, when did they go to Canada?
Toronto.
Oh, the Yankees in Toronto.
That's right. The Mariners are in Detroit.
Right. The Mariners are in Detroit, but it's right across the river from Canada.
One little bridge difference, yeah.
Yeah, your little bridge, the Ambassador Bridge or the tunnel, or the brand new Gordie Howe Bridge, which is getting ready to open if it's not open already.
And Windsor doesn't have a team, as far as I know.
No, Windsor does not have a they might have a minor league hockey team, but they do have adequate representation on Rescue 401, which is a TV show all about tow trucks. So
ice truck
Rescue
drivers.
401. Yes, kind of an ice truck drivers for.
While I'm touting the Toronto Blue Jays, I want Vladimir Guerrero on my team. I don't know what team I've got. I don't know who's going to play what position, but I want to start with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The guy means
Well,
business.
everybody does.
The guy
Everybody does,
means
and he's not
business.
going anywhere.
No, he's not. He's in the right place.
He signed a deal, and he's going to stay there. A couple of years ago, they thought that maybe he'd leave, maybe he'd go to the Yankees, maybe he'd go to the Mets.
He had an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I know the Mets definitely wanted him. And he said, "No, I'm going to stay in Toronto. I know where my bread is buttered here. I know it's a beautiful city. I'm the the chief sports star in this city. That's it. That's all." And
It's a good combination, a good marriage, a good partnership. And he's trouble whenever he shows up. If he comes your way with a bat, I'm telling you, somebody's going to get a hit.
yeah. But the Mariners last night, I want to get back to the Mariners because that was an unbelievable show they put on. It was one of those things where it was the other guys in the lineup that started it.
Everybody got to play, right?
And and that's what championship teams do. They have the other, the 7, 8, 9 guys get hits. Dominic Canzone, J.P. Crawford, all were part of the offense.
And guys that are on base when bigger hits come through.
Yeah, so you're not just scoring one run, you're scoring 2 or 3. And listen, Dan Wilson knows how to manage. Who'd have thunk it? But Dan Wilson knows how to manage a ball club. So you put that together, and you see a team that looks like they're a team of destiny. Looks like they're headed. Now I hope that it's the. See, I'm conflicted because the last 2 times the Mariners went to the American League Championship Series, last 3 times they won. Yeah. They faced the Yankees. And I just don't like the mojo around the Yankees for this team.
It's starting to be some. Didn't look like the Yankees had any mojo left, but now they've resurfaced. They got a breath of air and they're trouble again.
Yeah, you get a game like that last night, or you get your superstar off the schneid, you get your other guys. Then you come back with that kid tonight that nobody knew about, Schlittenlanger or whatever his name is.
Cam Schlitter.
And all of a sudden, you're doing something. You got something. I just
we got a ways to go, but all the parts are there. We're not dealing with injuries. There aren't any negatives. There's people who have been subtracted from the lineup. They can't play for various reasons. Everybody's pretty healthy. Cal hit to not just a home run, but opposite field home run with power. The lineup looks strong and it looks aggressive. None of this business of, he can't get a hit. He can't hit in postseason. We're not hearing any of that. The contributions are team-wide. And it's going to be a great show.
Yeah. And I got my lucky charm for this year, my Italian-American Night Seattle Mariners hat.
Ciao, Bella.
So you got the S in red, white, and blue, and the Italian flag. So you're set up. It's crazy. I mean, it was so gratifying to see that win last night for so many reasons.
You're hearing people yelling in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah, people were cheering, people were yelling, people are excited. People were really excited. I had to run out last night to the drugstore and the supermarket, and people were. I mean, almost everybody had their Mariner stuff on. Even the people in the drugstore had it on. So, and as I have said many times to many people in Seattle, that the Seahawks going to the Super Bowl was a great event. I will never take anything away from that. But my God, if the World Series comes here, if you have the World Series, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. You play, the Mariners will play 4 games here if it goes 7, and they get into it, obviously, because the Mariners are the highest seed. So the Mariners, unless they played Philadelphia, what's happening over in the National League? I haven't been paying much attention to it, to be honest with you.
Dodgers have been having their way with the Phillies. So look out for all the fear of the Yankees. Looks like it's going to be LA waiting for you. Whoever gets out of the American League fight, chances are they're going to be facing the Dodgers. Now that's not a given. Dodgers had run into some terrible dry spots in their postseason career, and there's the curse of Chavez Ravine that they have to deal with every year. So it's not a given, and it's in this time of year, especially these playoffs, I don't think the givens count for much. Looks like you're going to see who wins today based on what I'm seeing right now in front of me. I can't predict it. I don't think Vegas and Bally's knows what they're doing on this one. I think it's going to be too hard to call who wins.
As far as yeah, I mean, the Cubs and the Brewers, and and I've been secretly wanting a Brewers Mariners World Series.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the ultimate one that I'm sure that the TV networks want. TV networks want New York, LA.
Yeah.
But I would love to see a Mariners Brewers World Series, and the Mariners beat them and put a big sign up saying "See ya," or drop a big Seattle Pilots hat on the scoreboard.
Well,
but I'm one of the only people that hold those kind of grudges. But yeah, it'll be it's going to be an exciting game today. Exciting. Well, they got 4 games today, right? I mean, you got everybody in action today.
Should.
What time is the let's see.
If you're having trouble finding the games, TBS has got the other games, which is new.
Yeah, I don't like the way they're spread all over the place like this, but I guess they got to do it. You got Phillies and Dodgers is the last game. That's at 6:08. 4:08 is the Blue Jays and the Yankees. 2:08 is the Brewers and the Cubs, and 12:08 Pacific time. This is the Mariners and the Tigers.
12:08. That's early. It's an hour earlier than the weekend games.
12:08. Well, I got 4 to get in today, so 12:08, which is 3:08 Detroit time. So there'll be a late afternoon game, and the hopefully there's no rain in the forecast for Detroit. That's stunk yesterday, having to wait all that time for the game.
Was Fox equal to the task of filling that time with content?
No. No, they had
They weren't
it
ready, were
wound
they?
up being Alex, Big Poppy, and um, Derek Jeter. And I got to say that Big Poppy's act is getting old.
He hasn't got anything to say.
Yeah, he just doesn't, this is Big Poppy, and then he goes on to say what he's, some inane question. How you feel? How you feel when how you feel when you do this? How you feel when you do that? I mean, really, when you think about it, baseball post game and baseball show interviews are really bad.
They're
I mean,
awful.
they may be the worst of the bunch.
They're embarrassingly trite.
It's
And then
yeah,
the new trend is I'm asking you a question. You just had pitched a 9 inning complete game and won. And I go out there and I do a monologue. I've got the microphone. I'm ready to ask you a question, but instead of asking you the question, I just talk for 30 seconds.
yeah.
Vinny, when you took the mound today, you wore those green shoes. Now those shoes have a history, and I'm going to tell everybody right now that they came from Poughkeepsie, where they make them by hand. Just want you to tell everyone where you got those green shoes. But before you get into that, my other question is, how's your mom? Mom's been sick. Is she better now? And did she send you the flowers that she usually sends you before every game? And have I talked long enough? And did I ask 3 questions? And you won't answer any of them. So back to you, Vinny.
Yeah, that's the big one now. Is the multiple questions, and yeah. I mean, everybody wants to. Many people have lost sight of, and this is what I got to admit. This the post game reporter for the Mariners on radio, Shannon Dreyer, does a great job of interviewing people because she doesn't tell you anything about herself. She just asks 2 or 3 questions. Now, I may not always like the questions she asks, but she's not out there talking about herself. She's out there talking about what happened in the game. Her
Maybe
favorite question is, what was your approach to, well, I approached it through the dirt, a little bit of grass, and then into the batter's box.
like I
That
always
was,
do.
that was my approach. But it was interesting to see, just them try to fill all that time. I mean, it wound up with Alex and Kevin Burkhardt telling you how hungry they were, and Derek Jeter looking uninterested in being there because he had to get to a parent-teacher conference. I guess
There we
he had
go.
one online or something. So, which is kind of funny because isn't that one of the commercials he's in? Is a parent-teacher conference?
Yes, and the guy from the bank gets all the
Yeah,
questions from the kids. The
yeah.
astronaut and the Hall of Famer don't get any questions from the class.
Yeah, I found that kind of funny. I didn't know if he really had to go to a parent-teacher meeting or that he was plugging his commercial or something.
Well,
But yeah,
recently to compare that response to the rain delay, and they're being ill prepared to fill that time. They must have known the weather was going to be turning against them in the morning or the night before, so they would prepare for it. But NBC had to do a similar thing for Sunday night football. They had lightning strikes in the neighborhood, and they had to wait, and they had to wait for the cell to move out of the area of danger, and they did a great job.
well, having done that, it is tough. It's tough when you're doing it. As a matter of fact, Fox at one point went to the day before game because I turned the TV back on. I turned it off for a little while. I turned the TV back on and I looked. Excuse me. I look, and there is the game on, and I'm going, wait a second, it's the third inning. Then I realized that it was yesterday's game or the day,
The game in Seattle.
yeah. It was weird. Excuse me a second. Michael, I gotta go.
Okay. Get well, Vinny. Take care of yourself.
Bye.
Bye.